Welcome to the Central Coast Airman, telling the story of Vandenberg Air Force Base. This is the first of what we hope will be many stories that highlight our people, mission, and lives. Recently, the MV Delta Mariner briefly visited our base, bringing components for the upcoming Delta IV launch. The 4th Launch Squadron and United Launch Alliance contractors went to work offloading and securing the cargo. Here's the story.
The Delta Mariner comes from Decatur, stopped in Cape Canaveral, and then traveled through the Gulf of Mexico, through the Panama Canal, and then up here to the West Coast at Vandenberg.
All right.
Delta rocket travels by boat because it's too large to be transported on any other method, such as over-the-road truck, or different from the Atlas V rocket, which travels typically by the Antonov aircraft. It's too big to fit on anything like that. Our role is to provide mission assurance for EELV, so Evolved Expendable Launch Vehicles, for the Air Force.
We have the Delta Mariner arrival. Once it's docked, as you see here, we'll go ahead and offload the Delta components, which consist of the Common Booster Core, the PAF, which is the Payload Attached Fairing, and the Payload Fairings, the PLFs, as well as the DCSS, which is the second stage. 4th SLS out here today is just monitoring and assessing the responsibility of the ULA engineers to ensure that the safety and compliance items are all accounted for. What we do here is so large in the main scheme of things that job satisfaction is really good.
Today is a perfect day to describe on how great of an experience it is to be here at Vandenberg. Nothing gets better than being out on the beach at the early morning, watching the sun come up, and being able to unload a $250 million rocket off the back of a ship.
Resiliency and team building are strengths we rely upon to meet our mission goals and to protect our nation. Wingman Day reminds us that we are part of a team and we must protect each other. SrA Airman Armando Aparicio Jr. filed this story.
With plenty of food and games to play, Wingman Day kicked off for the 30th Space Wing. Football and the Air Force core values were a theme this year, as Wingman Day is a time to stand down and focus on resiliency and the wingman concept.
That's when we have to talk about resilience. That's when we have to focus on unit cohesion and have those conversations on suicide prevention and those conversations on early help-seeking behavior. But we can also have fun while we're doing it, and that's why we're doing it this way today, weaving football into the whole theme of the day, and we're just having fun with it.
In PT gear, airmen participated in the football combine competition as an audience from the bleachers spectated. The combine was split into 4 drills representing the 4 domains of well-being. Ms. Chewy hopes airmen can take something positive and useful out of the day.
And hopefully people came in thinking, you know what, I have to come here, this is required, so I'm going to have fun. I'm going to learn something, whatever skill it is, I'm going to learn today, I'm going to take it home, I'm going to apply it to my life, and hopefully strengthen my resilience and strengthen my relationships with the people I care about.
Wingman Day is an all-day event and is mandatory for all 30th Space Wing military members.
The Airman Family and Readiness Center has a unique program for active duty families enrolled in the Exceptional Family Member Program. Up the coast at Morro Bay, the AFRC held a special event for Team Vandenberg's families.
Morro Bay is really one of the most identifiable spots on the Central Coast. You show anybody that rock, they know exactly where we're at and what we're doing. The waters here are perfect for these kids to learn how to surf. The waves aren't too big, but there's enough for them to have fun. I'm Raymond Vasquez, and I'm the EFMP coordinator for the family support leg of the EFMP program. Having Project Surf Camp as one of our community partners has been an awesome experience. We've been together with them for the last 2 years, providing camps for these kids, and the things they do with them is truly amazing.
All right, I'm John Taylor, founder of Project Surf Camp. Let's do it again! This is Katie Davis, our executive director.
We're really excited to have Vandenberg here today. The relationship that we have built with them, and really there's no greater honor that we could have than to work with families that keep us safe. We just love seeing those families in the water, and anything we can do to lift them up throughout the year, we're right there. Project Surf Camp supports Vandenberg.
So the way camp works is first they fit all kids in their wetsuits and make sure that they have all the equipment they're going to need to be out there. We bring them out to the water. Make sure they stretch. And exercise. Teach them about being on the board, how to balance themselves on the board. And then they take them out to the water just to get splashed around and get used to it. The Central Coast waters are a little cold, but with the wetsuits it's not too bad. It doesn't take long for them at all to just dive right on in with one of the instructors, and they put them on that board and just get them acquainted with it. But once they get the hang of it, they're riding on the board with an instructor, and then soon some of the kids are on the boards by themselves, riding a wave for the first time. Seeing the smile on their face, it's really, really cool thing to see. Being able to be a small part of that because of the money provided to us through AFPC, it's just a great thing, and it's well worth our time. The families all leave here delighted. For many of them, like I said, it's the first experience they've had doing this. A lot of them are coming back, and hopefully we'll be able to provide this event again next summer.
December 2014 brings new jobs and new challenges, and some downtime. We have an Atlas V launch and inspection in the holidays. So remember, work hard, look sharp, and take care of your fellow airmen, your family, and yourself. Well, that about wraps it up for the first episode of the Central Coast Airman. If you have any story ideas, and believe me, we need ideas, send them to the 30th Space Wing Public Affairs Workflow. And don't forget your name and phone number. Well, we leave you with this Vandenberg vignette. I'm Airman First Class Ian Dudley. Thank you for watching.
Here as an instrument controller, we monitor all personnel coming in through the base, making sure that they have the proper credentials and the proper forms, and they are authorized on this installation. So we scan the back of their IDs and then verify, make sure that all personnel are good to go. With us, it not only brings more of a deterring factor for anybody trying to get on base that's not authorized on base, trying to do harm to the base or anybody on base. It allows us to be more community friendly. Because, you know, we're the ones out in the open. We are the faces of Vandenberg, or the face of the Air Force for that matter. So when you come up to the gate, it's always nice to see that face, that show of force that, you know, this base is secure and it's guarded.